Well, they're starting to clean up some confetti behind us, but unfortunately, it's not due to an Illini celebration. It's because UConn is moving on to the Final Four, and the Illini's incredible season comes to an end, Jake.
Yes, but give them a lot of credit. I mean, they fought incredibly all season long. Just tonight, the buckets were not falling for them in large part to Donovan Clegan. He was just a menace inside the paint all game, and they were not getting things at the bucket to fall, and it was just a tough battle to overcome for them tonight.
And Marcus Domask was doing his best to kind of keep the Band-Aid on, but in that second half, it really started to peel. A 30-0 run dating back from the first half into the second half, and you're just not going to win basketball games giving up runs like that.
Yeah, when you look at the starts of both halves at the beginning of the game and then the start of that second half, UConn outscored them 20-0 in the first 4 minutes. Not what you're looking for, obviously, but somebody has to step up in order to make a key bucket in that situation.
Yeah, I think it was going up against Clingan on his contest, 0 for 19?
Yep.
And just looking at the offense, the best offense in the country, season low, 52 points, and it just seemed like Terrence couldn't get anything going.
Yeah, and looking at UConn and what the Huskies were able to do, I mean, on the inside, and Illinois just didn't have anything that they could do to stop it.
And we were in that locker room after the game, and it clearly stings. You see not only players crying, coaches crying, and even like administrators, people that film these games. This is affecting everyone.
I call it the abruptness of the end. It hits, and that group will never be together. And I hope truly when they're brought back to Illinois in 10 years, 20 years, whatever, they remember how much fun they had. They'll have long-lasting relationships. They'll remember a crazy old man that they brought along and did, super soaker squirt guns with, hoisting trophies and cutting down nets.
Despite the loss, a lot of things that Illinois can be proud of looking back at this season. I mean, Big Ten tournament champions and record-setting performances throughout the course of the regular season and the postseason from a number of different players and as a team as a whole, but this is a bittersweet moment for them.
It's bittersweet in a sense because we achieved a lot more this year than the previous 2 years, so at the end of the day we can say that we were able to accomplish some great things with the university, but not going to be able to play with TJ and Marcus again and Justin and guys like that, and Quincy. So that's the tough part about it.
And you just heard Luke Goody say it. They're never going to get the chance to play with guys like Terrence and especially Coleman, who kind of told us in the locker room he gets the feeling that this is probably his last game in an Illini jersey. Doesn't look like he's going to use that extra COVID year.
Yeah, but I mean, what a tremendous career for him. Everything that and how he's grown as a player over the course of his time representing Illinois. I mean, it goes to show you that anything is possible when you put on that orange and white and blue. From where he was when he first started out and to where he is today, everybody can see just how much he's matured, what he's been able to produce on the court, and just the charisma that he brings to the locker room.
No, I think this was my last year in that Illinois uniform. Every good thing must come to an end, and I feel like I put a lot into this program. It's not against anybody. I'm a senior, obviously, so I have options. But I feel like I just want to really start developing and getting a lot better at basketball. And I feel like I got to take a next step to get there. So I feel like this is my last game in the Illinois uniform.
And with guys like Coleman and Terrence now out the door, the attention for the Illini, Jake, now turns to the transfer portal.
Yeah, but with Illinois' season and the run like this makes them one of the more attractive teams in the country. Now, you might ask, is Brad Underwood going to start on this tomorrow? Well, he kind of did some of that already.
You got us like a week behind. 10 days behind. I mean, it's the most absurd thing in the history of sport, by the way, is what we're doing in the portal while we're playing basketball. This is ridiculous. I've got 1 coach scouting and 2 just living in the portal. I'm making recruiting calls up and down this hallway yesterday as we're preparing for an Elite 8 game, and maybe that's my fault. It's reality. We'll tackle it. We'll figure out what we need. We'll get after it.
Hey, whether it's the frustrations of the transfer portal or just the frustrations of a gut-wrenching loss ending their season, there's still a lot to be proud of, and this is a heck of a building block for Illinois.
Absolutely. I mean, disappointing end to the season for sure, but not a disappointing season as a whole. When you look at the guys that are going to be in the locker room who had the opportunity to be a part of this tremendous experience and those that are going to return next season and some new faces, this is going to set the standard for what Illinois basketball is going to be about for the future, and hopefully have an opportunity to come back to this moment and build on that moving forward, hopefully getting an opportunity to go win a national championship.
And this has been such a fun ride to cover. What do you say? Should we book our trip to the Final Four next year?
I'll circle it on my calendar, if you will.
That sounds good to me. Well, folks, that does it for us here in Boston. What an incredible run for Illinois basketball. For Jake Bedell, I'm Tyler Janecki. That does it for our Illini coverage this season.